Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is David Hyman, your tour guide, and this is me, Shiri.
Today we went south to Ein Gedi Nature Reserve, and the first tour, this one, is to Wadi David, Nachal David.
And tomorrow we'll go to Nachal Arugot.
So join us on this wonderful tour of the nature reserve of Ein Gedi. The Ein Gedi Nature Reserve trail map. So this is the main entrance. This is the loop trail, the family trail along Wadi David to the waterfall and back. This is what usually people do when they only have an hour. Then there is a longer trail up to Shulamit Spring, Ein Gedi Spring, the Chalcolithic temple, and to Dodim cave, which is above David's waterfall. So the name Ein Gedi, two words. Ein means spring or water source, and Gedi is like a baby goat. So the spring of the goats, not just any goat. The goats they're referring to here are the wild goats, the Ibex. Ein Gedi. There's the Dead Sea. The other side of the Dead Sea, Jordan, the mountains of Moab, and right across from Ein Gedi is a beautiful wadi called Nachal Arnun, Wadi Mujib. Shiri, remember we were there?
Yes.
We walked in the water till about here. It's right across on the Jordan. We have a friend in Jordan, Wael. Salam alaikum ya Wael. He's also a tour guide. If you go to Jordan, ask me for Wael's number and email address. He'll take care of you. He's a great guide. So we are in the middle of the Judean wilderness, Midbar Yehuda, which is completely barren, rocks, and suddenly there's a patch of green. That means that we are in an oasis. So that's what happens here when a fresh water spring emerges out of the rocks and flows down into the Dead Sea, and it creates an oasis.
It's always nice to see water in the desert.
Thanks so much. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
And this place is so powerful that it is mentioned in the Bible. First book of Samuel, chapter 23, with the story of David escaping to the wilderness of Ein Gedi from King Saul. And therefore the name of this stream, David's stream, Wadi David, and the waterfall, David's waterfall. Wow. So to walk up to Ein Gedi Spring and the Dodim Cave, do not descend to Ein Gedi Spring and Dodim Cave after 1:30 p.m. So if you're planning to go up to the second and third floors of the reserve, do it early. This is Shulamit Spring. It's a source of flowing water, one of the 4 springs that create the Ein Gedi oasis. This spring here, Ein Gedi Spring, It's on the ridge. It's not inside the wadi, so it's easier to capture. Or the majority of the water is taken in pipes down to the bottling factory and to the kibbutz. See kibbutz Ein Gedi on the ridge? It's kibbutz Ein Gedi. And where that white tent is, that's the Ein Gedi ancient synagogue. This is the Mameluke mill. The mill, which was built at the foot of the Ein Gedi spring, was apparently used to grind flour and possibly also sugar. So the water would come in from the spring, down the chimney, spin these two wheels, and come out. Chalcolithic temple up there. Here. This is a sacred enclosure from the Chalcolithic period, 5,000 years ago. You can see there's a compound with two rooms, one small, one large, two gates and a water fountain. But the temple was found empty and abandoned, but not far from here, in the Nachal Mishmar cave, a treasure was found, wrapped in a straw sack, 450 copper objects, beautiful workmanship, all dating to the same period, Chalcolithic period. So is it possible that the people that worshipped here in this temple, they took their treasure and stashed it in the cave? These objects can be seen at the Israel Museum. The most beautiful one is this scepter with ibex heads. Right now we're going to really beautiful parts of the park, Ein Gedi. Dodim cave, Merad Dodim. So let's find a cave. So all the times that you walked the David stream and reached the waterfall, looked up, this is how it seems from the other side. Wow. That's the trail we walked up. All the way around to here. Is it up, yeah? So now is March, so the weather is beautiful. It's so perfect. Next month, from April and on, it gets really, really hot down here, like way over 35, 40 degrees. So the winter is a perfect time to visit Ein Gedi. This water is warm. Not warm, but nice.
Not too cold.
I really encourage you to read the biblical story that happens here at Ein Gedi, the first book of Samuel, chapter 24, about David hiding in the cave in Ein Gedi from King Saul. What I love most about this passage is how the environment hasn't changed at all. You still have the cave, the strongholds, the desert, the wild goats, and the name hasn't changed. Ein Gedi. If you have appropriate footwear, you can walk the witch trail. Great fun. Great fun. You gotta do this. We hope you enjoyed this tour of Ein Gedi, Nahal David, the Wadi David.
We had such a great day. I think it's one of the most beautiful places in Israel. Don't you think so?
Absolutely. It's just amazing. Anytime you come in the year, especially now in the winter when it's nice and cool. Nachon, Shiri?
נכון.
We saw the waterfalls, we saw the scenery,
ויעלים.
the ibex, even these little fellas, the hyrax, rock hyrax. So we really hope you enjoyed this video. So if you did, please give us a big thumbs up. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and write us a comment and let us know where you'd like to go on our next tour of Israel.
Of wonderful Israel.
Of wonderful Israel. And until then, litrot, shalom, shalom.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, tada. Take care.